pointed out concerning Eyama. Eyama actually does have a responsibility for being Nigeria's national team captain. To even if he doesn't play, to just have your presence here.
Are you guys insinuating some sort of politics playing on that?
You see, when you look at the whole issue,
that he doesn't have a reason not to be present.
Exactly. Like he said, Kileni pulled out because of injury, but he had to go back to the team. That is one of the reasons why I respect Yobo. If Yobo had found himself in the same position, he would have been part of the national team. Maybe he will not play a match, but he will be there. You see, and you see, when you look at the whole thing, you start looking at why Eyama dropped. Maybe because of the Ebola issue. You have to look at that.
Oh.
Then secondly, because of the problem we have at the glass house. Yeah, we say we know the antecedents of players.
Yeah. Right.
Having worked with players for a long time, I know the antecedents. An issue could make them not turn up for a match. But then we are saying that a man that is the captain of the national team of Nigeria shouldn't have given such a flimsy excuse like a family affair issue. It doesn't come in at this time.
At the same time,
considering
we can't
the fact,
play down family affairs.
No, you see, we should not deceive ourselves.
Well, I think in moving ahead, you look at it critically, there are so many other issues now. We have to go past Congo so that we can now be talking about meeting South Africa. And we're talking about a home win, which can actually boost us and take us to the next level in a comfy situation. Going by those that will prosecute today's match now, what do you expect of them in this particular game?
Well, I think for me the major area of concern would be both the midfield and our attack lineup. I won't downplay the fact that the people we have there will not be able to execute the job properly and give us the desired result. However, when I saw the list when it was released, I was a bit taken aback by some of the names I saw. Though some of the guys, obviously from the World Cup, they're not there. Aside from Eyama, who we know his reasons for not being there. But nevertheless, I expect them to remain the professionals that they are, and whether you're home based or you're foreign based, like he pointed out regards Sunday Uba, nobody expected anything from him. But the saying that goes, to whom much is given, much is expected. He went into the game against both Burkina Faso and also Cote d'Ivoire last year, and he gave us the win that we wanted. The same way too, we have people like Igodaru in the squad, and we're expecting him and other players who have been called up, who have not been part of the Super Eagles, to also give us the expected results that we need.
Well, clashes between Nigeria and Congo, I'm just trying to look at some stats here at international level, far in between, but the Devils, famously have also held the Eagles. You remember the goalless draw they had in Lagos in a group match, then was that in 2000 or so, but they've always had that difficulty in actually getting past Congolese national team. Now, with the coach coming in just barely 2 weeks ago, do you think we have had adequate preparations for this match?
The bane of football development in Africa has always been preparation. We have all it takes, and with the players, we have them. We have the players with the skills. But when it comes to development of this game, and the development is all encompassing. It has to do with the coach, how the coach comes in, how like the crisis we have right now in the football house and all that. But be that as it may, the way we are going now, we wouldn't have much problems, tackling Congo Democratic Republic, because Keshi has been with these players for a long time. If I'm looking at the list, I could make maybe 2 or 3 players that will not be part of that were not part of the team in Brazil. But I think the way he has continued to build the team remember when we went to South Africa, nobody gave him any chance.
You want to talk about the goalkeeper? Is it the El Kanemi goalkeeper, right?
Obiazo. Yeah, I think if he goes ahead and makes the team because of the way he performed, but again you have to realize that in performance in a match situation where you have like 50,000 capacity crowd is different from where you have like 500 people watching in a training session. Some people enter the stadium in like Old Trafford where you have
It's a big
75,000.
stage, a bigger stage.
And people are shouting, calling your
Yeah,
names. Some are,
distracted.
yes, and some are abusing you, calling you names, and you know, it takes away so many things from you. And it depends on what you do at that level. That is what counts. That you were fantastic in a training session. That's what so many coaches put into consideration while picking players. They don't just pick you because you saved so many penalty shots during training. It depends on what you do when that ovation is loudest. That is what counts. So I think Austin Ejide will man the post today because he has come a long way, and he has not disappointed when it comes to this kind of stage.
Because he's used to it.
Yeah.
Well, talking about the Ebola scare, remember the Confederation of African Football has already cleared the venue and even the players of any EVD scare. So for anyone to maybe insinuate that's maybe that could be the possible reason why Vincent is not showing up for this match is really well not going to hold any water here.
Oh, it's you know, when we look at issues related to sports or football in this context, you have to like look at it from every possible angle. Now these are trends happening right now, more than recent trends. So and I recall Mikel pulling up a joke about wearing a glove, going and intending to hand over one to the coach. You know, and journalists were laughing about it. You know, so but it shows that they also are aware of these things. They are concerned about these things. It may not be likely the reason why Inyama must have pulled out of the stuff, but Ebola is a clear and present danger. However, Nigeria thankfully have managed the situation well, and I don't see any reason why Congo were initially calling for a change of venue, because compared to places like Sierra Leone, Guinea, and Liberia, where the issue has been more prominent and been ravaging people.
All right, okay, we're closing now, but Chris, I must ask you, you know, as part of the game prediction.
Exactly. Can we predict the game?
Very quickly, if we can do this in a minute.
Yeah,
everyone.
I am looking. I don't like predicting a match.
Oh, you're like me.
Yeah, I don't like it, but I'm looking at, you know, maybe 2-0 scoreline.
2-0 will be like
for
Nigeria 2, yeah?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's possible for me to chip in something about the umpires in the glass house.
Can you do that?
Absolutely.
Can you do that in 20 seconds?
Yeah, because I think this is a period for us to be banned by FIFA, so that we can go back to the basic. Because if you look at the list of people who are trying to contest, they are the same kind of people. They are the same caliber of people, and when they come back again, the next 4 years, you have the kind of scenario you have now.
All right, thanks, Chris. Tonte, Chalima, both of you.
Challenging one against Congo Brazzaville, but I also go with a two-goal win for Nigeria.
And you?
I strongly believe that Nigeria should actually earn a decent result that would actually not put us in a situation where we begin to work out permutations and calculations at the end of the day.
So at the end of the day, if you guys are wrong, what happens?
Well, I would like to thank you, gentlemen, for coming on the show this morning. Many thanks, and of course, we hope that we won't be getting into that very tight situation whereby we start all the permutations, because that's when I get so disinterested in the game of soccer.